I'm really hoping to actually get some parts into inventory today and maybe even do an upload since I did absolutely none last month. That's my goal today. I have a couple of stickered pieces, still have a few bricks I want to put in, and then I have some minifigure parts that I also want to put in. So that's what I'm going to be working on today, and we'll see if I can't get more parts in today and maybe get a few more videos for my November vlog video. I just did my first upload in probably a month and a half. I've been working on this file for that entire time, doing one or two here and there, but I finally got it uploaded. There were 712 items in 105 lots for $68, and there were a couple of good finds. There was a 1x8 brick worth $3 and a 1x10 brick worth almost $2, plus a whole bunch of other parts, and so those are now uploaded and in my store. And I think I'm going to continue working for the next probably 45 minutes to an hour. Then I will be doing some other stuff this afternoon, but it does feel good to finally sit down, listen to my podcast, and get some parts into inventory. I did not do a recap for October in my October vlog video, so I thought I would put it here. As you can see, it was not our best month by any means. In fact, it was our worst month so far this year. But we did have more sales than I thought we would because it started out really slow, but we got quite a few toward the end of the month. So hopefully this month will be a little bit better, especially if I can get some stuff into inventory. And what I'm working on this morning, I have about an hour and a half, and then I'm going for a walk with a friend. But I have about an hour and a half to get stuff in. I'm still working on these minifigure utensils and weapons, those sort of things. I'm hoping to get these done, and I may have to do another little sort of the yard sale items to see what I'm going to be working on next. But this is my plan for the next hour or so. Hopefully it won't take that long, but you never know because interruptions happen. I took a little break to go for a walk and to do some other stuff, but I came back and I was able to do another upload. That's 2 uploads in 2 days. So I'm way ahead of my October uploads. I was able to upload 172 parts and 107 lots for $33. And I had some really good finds in this one. I had a spear that is almost $4, a bat, teddy bear, and some other things that were over $1. So those were pretty good finds. I've got all of those in my store now. I am still working on the minifigure parts. I have just minifigure weapons left to do, so I'm going to try to put some more in before I need to go in and have dinner. If I get these done and it's not quite dinner time, I might actually do another quick sort, but we'll have to see how it goes. Good morning. I did a upload this morning and there was a couple of good finds in there. There was a cone that was over $2 and a couple of animal parts over $1. So I was able to upload 274 parts and 104 lots for $26. And I've kind of switched gears a little bit and I'm going to be working on some of these bricks. I sorted out the 1x2s this morning, and I have a couple of the stickered parts that I want to get into inventory, and then I will work on going through these. I generally put them in stacks of 10 and look at them, and if there's any of them that are not in the best of shape, those will go in my filler box. So usually when I do a big sort with all these bricks, probably about half of them or more end up in my filler box because I'm pretty particular about what ends up in my store. Yesterday, I ended up buying these 2 containers full of Lego. I was only going to buy one, but he brought them both over, told me I could choose. I couldn't choose, so I ended up buying both. One of the containers has over 40 pounds of Lego, so I'm guessing there's probably about 80 pounds total. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I'm running out of space in my shop, but I just could not pass up the deal that we got on this. And I have been kind of going through it and pulling out just some random parts, some miscellaneous stuff. And I think that these are definitely going to be worth what I paid for them, because just the random parts is about a quarter of what we paid for all of this. So I am going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with all this until I have time to get it into inventory. I'm still working on a couple of other start to finish videos, so I really hate to start on another one, and especially since this is going to take me quite a while to do. I'm just getting ready to upload some of these miscellaneous parts that I put into Brickstore. I was just pulling out bigger parts or parts that I knew might be worth some money, and we found quite a few. As you can see, there's some animal parts. One of them is almost $15. There's a bunch that are over $7. And if I keep going down, there's a bunch more that are $2, $3, and then a couple of things that are $1. So I just, like I said, just pulled out stuff that I thought would either add to my inventory or might have been worth some money, or just unique parts that will draw people into my store. I'm really glad that I bought both of those containers, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much profit we can make off of this. I was able to do another upload today of these miscellaneous parts. Like I said, I'm trying to pull out big parts or unique parts or parts that are new to my store, just to draw people in. I was able to upload 201 items in 101 lots for $116. And as you can see, there was some more good finds in there. There was a train base, some dinosaur legs, hose, string, boat, fish, net, all kinds of fun stuff that I was able to upload. So now I kind of have a mess in my shop. I started pulling out plates, anything 3x3 or bigger, got pulled out and put in there, and I'm eventually going to put these into inventory. I've gone through and pulled out most of the larger parts and the unique parts, and I'm trying to get enough parts into inventory I can condense all of this down to one bin. So it's going to take me a couple of days, weeks, a month or more, but eventually I want to get them all into this bin here, because this bin looks a little bit bigger than the other one. That's my goal, but what I'm working on tonight, I will probably start on these here in a little bit. But I still have a couple of parts that I just want to throw into inventory. There's some animals, plants, and just miscellaneous stuff. And then I have a bunch of stickered parts that I also want to put into inventory. And that's what I'm going to be working on. I just completed another upload. This one was just 144 items in 100 lots for $68. There was some more good finds. There was a stickered piece that was over $5, but then I realized it was for the Imperial Star Destroyer, which is probably why it was so much. But then I also have a bunch of other parts that range from over $1 to $3. So those are now in my store, and I still have a couple of stickered pieces I would like to get into inventory, and then I'm going to work on all those plates. I just did my 4th upload of this Lego haul, and I was able to put in 243 items in 109 lots, most of which were the bigger plates. I did have 5 of them that were over $1, so I'm happy to see that. I'm going to start another upload. I just have these few parts here to put in, and then I'm going to need to do some sorting to find some more parts. I think I'm going to pull out Technic wedge plates and some of the bigger plates that I might have missed, along with anything that has a sticker on it, just so I can add some variety to my store. And of course, any unique items as well. I seem to be on a roll. I got another upload completed. I put 225 items and 100 lots into inventory. There was some really good finds in this one. As you can see, the cone was over $5. There was a hose that was over $4 and a bunch of other parts that were $1 or more. So those are now all in my inventory. And I do have a bit of an organized mess. I am starting to sort through those 2 containers. This is the bucket I'm sorting from. I have larger plates, Technic, wedge plates, and tires. The one under here are pieces I need to take apart. And I've also found quite a few that are going to end up in my filler box, and a whole bunch of non-Lego parts. Plus the minifigures. My husband took most of the minifigures already into the house. He did miss this guy here. And I have been finding some heads and hats and just miscellaneous parts that I will give to him. So what I have is this bucket that's completely full. This is what I need to sort. And then this over here is what I have sorted so far. The goal is to sort it down enough from here that I only have this container full, but I think I'm going to have to do another sort after the one I'm doing now. But it should go a lot quicker because all the pieces will be taken apart and I'll have a lot of the bigger parts out. I'm still going to continue to pull out any part that I think is new to my store, that's unique, or stickered parts, just so I can add that variety. I have actually been working the last week on these. I didn't do any videos. I kept meaning to, but it just never happened. But as you can see, I have put a bunch of parts in for this Lego haul. Between the 23rd and the 30th, I uploaded 10 times, so I was busy. I got over 4,000 parts in, and my Bricklink cost is over $1,000 right now, so I definitely made a really good profit on this particular Lego haul. Just a couple of the good finds that I had in those 10 uploads. Here are some of the items that were over $2. This here is a cloth sail that sells for $18, but it was really frayed and a little bit faded, so I am taking 50% off that. And then you can see there was a whole wide range of stuff. This already sold. This sold like the next day after I put it into inventory. Found a couple of magnets, some more horses, and some wheels, and just miscellaneous items. This was just the stuff that was over $2. There was a bunch of stuff that was over $1. The last couple of days, though, I've been putting in Technic axles and pins, which aren't worth really anything, but they do add to my inventory. And before I had a 600 part order, I was actually at the highest available count that I've ever had. I was actually at 122,268, but we had a 600 part order that came in last night, which I will need to work on. But I'm really pleased with all that I've gotten in. I am hoping that December will be a good month, but I'm not holding my breath because this year just has not been the best one for us. So here is my November recap. As you can see, we did do better this month than we did last month, which is kind of surprising because we actually had one less orders. We had more expensive parts sold, but it did end up being a decent month. It's still not our best year by any means, so I really hope that next year things will settle down in my life and we will have a much better year for our Lego business.